So, quick disclaimer before this continues any longer, but there is some audio problems within this. So if it seems like the audio isn't exactly lined up where it should be, it's because it's not. I couldn't really figure out a way to like mix it together to where it could flow properly. So if you think it's your TV or your internet or whatever, it's not. It's on my end. I apologize. But I wanted to talk about Far Cry today specifically because I made the video about the Far Cry series like a year and a half ago now. Not a great video, I gotta say. I really wish I could have put a little more thought and effort into it. I really didn't. I don't think I did too great with it. But it is what it is. It's been a thing for a while now. But I wanted to talk about the newest Far Cry game, which is Far Cry 6. And I say newest, but I'm a bit late by like a year. So I could have got to this a little bit sooner. Which is unfortunate because it's a lot more unique than the other Far Cry games, beating out a lot of the other ones, actually. I don't really know how to. If you like Far Cry 5, you might like Far Cry 6. One of the biggest downfalls that the game has is just small technical problems. Like there may be a bug or like some kind of audio glitch here or there. You can't throw grenades after a certain amount of time shooting your gun. Or my controller's busted for all I know. It's just beyond me on that side. I'm not exactly sure. So, I don't know. But some of the good things is the way they go about using their weapons, about how weapon customization looks, and customization of the character in general. And in Far Cry, you couldn't really customize characters in the older ones. Far Cry's 3 and 4, you couldn't. 5, you became this character that couldn't speak. But in this, it works more like an RPG. So using your clothing is a way to activate skills instead of having a skill tree. So you see, I pull a pin on a grenade on somebody's vest, and that's something that the gloves I wear allow me to do. The guns in the game, too, especially look fantastic. Something about them just scratches the right part of your brain that you want scratched. They sound good, they look good. The game looks fantastic in general, but the guns especially, for some reason, just scratch an itch I didn't know I had. And there are unique weapons that you can go out and find, ones that shoot flaming bullets and stuff like that. And you can always change the ammo types on the guns that you customize. And let me tell you, some of these weapon customizations are just crazy that you can do. Far Cry hasn't had weapon customization to this point, I don't think, until this game. Which is great because more customization is always better than less customization in any game, really. And that's really all it comes down to is it's Far Cry 5, but they've added to it. And unlike the other past couple Far Cry games, you're a person. You speak. You sound like a human being, which is always nice to have in general, because over the last couple games, you're just this non-talking, almost shell of a person, and I was never a big fan of that because it was meant to be a put yourself in someone's shoes kind of thing. Didn't really like it. It was not my thing. I preferred the speaking of having characters before, like in Far Cry 3 and 4, how you played a character. You're meant to put yourself in their shoes rather than you are in the shoes yourself. But I'm just rambling in complete honesty. But I feel like it certainly improves on aspects that made Far Cry 5 pretty good. I think the complaints that people had with Far Cry, at least with over the last couple games, of having characters that didn't seem like they were super active within the story. Playing as the deputy in 5, there was no speech. It felt more like taking a quest in Skyrim than it did doing a activity in Far Cry. And it's a stupid complaint to make, especially because it doesn't feel like it's an issue. when you play the game, you're there for fun. You're not really there for a story, I don't think. If you're just in the Far Cry space to have fun, you're going to have fun. It's one of those mind-numbing experiences you can play, and it's still enjoyable, but if you're here for a story, you're going to want a game where it feels more like there is a story. Far Cry 5, the story was good, don't get me wrong. Joseph Seed, amazing villain. And that's the thing that Far Cry is known for, is their antagonists, not the protagonists that you want to follow along with. But something about 6 changed a lot for me. Like, I enjoyed 6 more than I have over the last couple of Far Cry games. I don't think I've enjoyed Far Cry this much since 4. New Dawn was kind of I wasn't a big fan. I wasn't really a huge fan of Primal. It was fun, but it wasn't that fun. But something about 6 is just, it's good. It's pretty decent. And I hope they stick with this trend of making games like this, because it's a very it's just well paced. You get the fun little enjoyment of having a Far Cry game, and then you get the enjoyment of having a story that you want to follow along with. And that's what Far Cry is very good at. I didn't really talk about a lot of the other activities, because if you want to buy the game, and my final review should, absolutely. I believe it's on sale right now on the Microsoft Store, or Xbox, or whatever. I don't know if it's on sale anywhere else, but you should definitely try it out. Go get it if you have some extra cash just lying around. But go enjoy it. There's a lot I didn't speak about, because I wanted to leave it separate. The story is good. Go enjoy yourselves.
Ride slow, high low. I got feelings on my chest. I have issues letting go. Ride slow, I